Hey guys, welcome to a new YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything about CRO. And CRO means conversion rate optimization. You know, I talk a lot about getting visitors to your site through organic marketing strategies. But what if you have thousands of visitors but zero sales? That means something is wrong with your website, which make people doubt you or not closing any sale or deal. So in that case, there's nothing wrong with your marketing strategy, but there is something wrong with your website or your web design. Now, I use always the same principles, and those principles are called the 7 Principles of Cialdini. Cialdini has written a book about this with tons of investigations on online websites and pages. And his 7 principles will have an influence and an impact on how your customer or your visitor acts on your website, and eventually if they're going to purchase or not. So let's jump right in. I'm going to explain to you how you can improve your website and how you can improve your CRO rate. Now, if we take a look at the 7 Principles of Cialdini, he talks about reciprocity, which is recurring, authority, sympathy, consensus, scarcity, unity, and social proof. Now, reciprocity has to do with something getting into a reciprocity has to do with getting something for doing something. So, for example, when you go to a restaurant and you pay the bill, you will most likely get a peppermint for whatever reason, because they want you to leave the restaurant with a fresh bread. But see it as a gift, and based on what you get when paying the bill, you will probably give a higher tip. Now, you can also apply this strategy online. You can, for example, give a gift. You can see this on multiple fitness supplement websites, for example, XXL Nutrition, but also MyProtein. If you fill your basket with products, depending on the value of your basket, for example, 50 or 100 euros, you can choose a gift. For example, when we take a look at myprotein.com, you can see that they're also applying this. Depending on the value of the basket, you will get a gift or not. So here you can see extra 15% off protein powders, but also 4 free gifts on every order, free 350 grams of greens on every 45 pounds spent. So don't forget to make your selection below. And also Vimto multivitamin gummies only for $5 extra. So you can easily add it to the basket. This is what we call reciprocity. And this is what makes sure that people will come back to your store because they know they get gifts when they purchase something. But also your average order value will become higher because of this. Because in the end, I will not pay $18.69. No, I will add the £5 on top of it. So it really helps in getting recurring customers, but also getting a higher average order value. Now, the second principle of Cialdini, which is very important to show on your product page, is authority. Why should I buy with you? Why are you the authority in this particular niche or with this particular product? And the only way to prove your authority is by showing numbers. Numbers, for example, of the amount of customers you've helped with your product, or numbers of maybe a certificate that is applicable to this product. So everything that helps to make this brand or product an authority, you need to paste on the product page because it will increase your authority. Then the third one is sympathy. And sympathy is something that, of course, helps with emotion. You're most likely buying something from somebody you like, compared to somebody that you don't like or don't have sympathy for. So if you can make sure that the customer has sympathy for you or your product in whatever way, then they're most likely to buy from you. And you can do this in multiple ways. You can either tell a story about yourself, why you have developed this product, why you are selling this product, or maybe why you started the business. Or you can talk a bit more about the product, why it helps so many people, why it helped you yourself, and maybe why it will help the customer that's currently reading. So you can do a lot of things to get sympathy and to get people to like you and to buy from you. The fourth principle is consistency, and this might seem weird, but if we have showed a certain behavior before, for example, downloading something from your website, then it's most likely that we will repeat that behavior, but we will increase the value of what we get for it. So, for example, what we see a lot of marketers do is providing a free ebook to download about your product or about the problem that your product solves without actually selling the product. And once people download that particular ebook, it's likely that they are more interested in your product, in the problem that your product solves, and maybe even want to buy the product. So you can basically convince them to buy your product within very tiny steps by starting with a free ebook download. And this is called consistency. Ebook, maybe a small bonus, and then bam, the actual product. Then the fifth principle is scarcity. And scarcity means there's only a few left, because that gives us the urge to buy now and not wait for tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Because what happens a lot in our brain when we use scarcity, I really want this product, I'm still a tiny bit in doubt, but I don't want to miss out. Maybe it's also a feeling of FOMO. I really want this product, everybody else has it, because we're showing that on the product page with authority and with another principle that will come at last, and I don't want to miss out. So if there's only 2 left, do I want to take the risk to wait another day, or am I purchasing it now? And this is what, for example, Booking.com does really well. As you can see over here on Booking.com, when you check the availability of a certain hotel, you can see here only 1 left on our site. That means if you don't book now, you might have the risk that it's gone. So mainly when using scarcity, you will push a little bit the purchase so that people do not miss out. Then the 6th principle is unity. And unity means we are part of something bigger than us. We are part of a group, something that we feel at home at ease at. And that's what we always want to feel, right? We are people and we want to feel loved, being part of a group, well, everything that has a social impact on our lives. So if you're showing a metric, for example, 300 people before you already purchased this product, or Marie from Amsterdam has purchased this product 5 minutes ago, and Lucas from Belgium has purchased this product 10 minutes ago, then this will feel like we're part of a group, will feel like unity, and I again want to be part of that. So that's why I'm purchasing right now, and I'm not waiting any longer. Then the last but not the least, this one is very important and also the most difficult if you're starting with your e-commerce store, is social proof. And social proof is reviews. People telling about your product that have already purchased it, that have already used it, have it in home. Make a picture of the product, maybe even a video of the product, and tell how awesome the product is. This means that other people are approving your product, and together with the unity and of course with the authority and the sympathy, this will help in finalizing the purchase. Our brain will say like, this is the product I need. And why should I wait any longer for purchasing it if so many people tell me that it's this good? So also apply reviews on your product page. Now this means a couple of things. You need to implement all these principles within your product page, because the product page is the most converting page in your store. So with Reciprocity City, it needs to be clear that once they purchase this product, they will get a gift, they will get free shipping, or they will get something for free that feels like, wow. That can also be, for example, a PDF where you explain all the tips and tricks about how to use this product or all the ways you can use this product. It can be stupid simple as long as it's a bonus and as long as it's free. Then with authority, we want to know how many people we've helped. We want to know which certificate are supported. Maybe even more approvals from third-party companies that already have the authority, that approve of this product, that should also be placed on the product page. Then we have sympathy. They need to like us. So my preference is to tell a story that can either be through a video or through text with a nice photo. If you're selling something about dogs, then of course place a photo of your own dog within the product page to get that sympathy flowing. That's what you want. Then consistency is, of course, making a customer journey. If they don't want to purchase, give them an option to download something for free to at least get their email address, and you can follow up based on that. And maybe later on, within a week or two, they will still purchase your product. Scarcity, only a few left, only until today, only one left. Whatever is your scarcity, you need to publish it on the product page. Unity, make them feel like they're part of a group. Already 100 people downloaded. Look at these people who are already using the product. Be part of our movement. That's what we want. Be part of our movement. And then last but not least, social proof. Actual reviews from customers, preferably with photos and with videos of the product and of the person itself. Now, once the organic revenue machine is running and you get visitors to your store, then the minimum conversion rate you should have is 2%. That's the average for average e-commerce stores that have like an average design. With this implemented, it should be bigger, but I cannot make any promises. So if you're having 10,000 visitors, but you have 0 sales, then this is what you should focus on. If you have 0 visitors, but are certain that this is everything you already have in place, then you should focus on getting visitors. And if both of them are perfectly fine, then nothing on the hand. You should get sales within hours, days, weeks, maybe minutes. Now, everything about the organic revenue machine, everything about conversion rate, how to track it, your analytics, how to analyze even the KPIs, which KPIs to analyze, I teach everything within my community. You can join the community now via the link below this video. It's very cheap still. It's only a yearly investment, but it's so valuable that you don't want to miss out. So please join my community via the link below. You can also private message me in the community or of course via Instagram, Jessie_Riche, and I'm ready to answer all your questions. For now, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I see you in the next video.